Viewers, the world woke up in alarm today after hearing that the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant in Enerdogan in Ukraine had been struck as part of Russian shelling. Now, why is this very important? First and foremost, because it's a nuclear power plant. Let's just take you through what happened at the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant. It is a pressurized water plant with 6 reactors. It supplies 25% of Ukraine's power, and it's Europe's biggest nuclear power plant. These are the 6 reactors that you can see. The shelling damaged reactor number 1. It damaged an analogous building of the reactor. Subsequent to this, after a lot of effort, after the Russian troops had to be convinced to allow firefighting to ensue, the fire at reactor 1 was put out. At the same time, each of these reactors is a 950 megawatt reactor. Units 2 and 3 were disconnected from the grid and are in the process of being cooled down and shut down. Reactor number 4 is still working at 2/3 capacity at 650 megawatts, and reactors number 5 and 6 have also been shut down because no risks can be taken with shelling going on in the area. And also, it's very important to note that nuclear power plants are almost impossible to shut down at a moment's notice. They take a long time to cool down. So where we are currently is at this 5,700 megawatt nuclear power plant, which is in the same country in which the Chernobyl nuclear disaster took place in 1986. The Russian troops have captured the entire plant. Now let us show you exactly what we had seen a short while earlier when the nuclear power plant was struck, and take you through exactly what had happened. At 1:20 a.m. in local time in the Ukraine, Russian shelling damaged an administrative building linked to the first nuclear reactor. That explosion was caught on the CCTV cameras of the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant. There you see the explosion take place, and there in the background is the reactor in question. This is uncomfortably close to causing a catastrophe that many of the Ukrainian authorities said could be far worse than Chernobyl. Chernobyl was a reactor at the same scale, but now we are almost 32 years subsequent to that, and at Zaporizhzhia, the world averted a major disaster because the fire was able to be put out. And right now, for better or worse, it is the Russians who are in control of the entire nuclear power plant. It sits alongside the Dnipro River, and the reason that it sits next to the Dnipro River is because it is a pressurized water reactor. It needs water to cool down its cores and also to generate energy. So these are the 6 reactors. Unit 1 was targeted, has now had its fire doused and has been disconnected. Units 2 and 3 have also been disconnected from the grid and are in the process of cool down lest any other damage happen. Unit number 4 is still operational at 2/3 capacity, and 5 and 6 are in the process of being shut down. The International Atomic Energy Agency is also in line with this decision making here, and they are in contact with the Ukrainian authorities. But this is the second nuclear alarm that we've had, because first and foremost, Russia has been saber-rattling its nuclear weapons, but the world came very, very close to a enormous cataclysmic disaster-like situation today. The Ukrainian government was very sure about how this could be a bigger catastrophe than even what happened at Chernobyl in 1986. And so for the moment, it looks like Zaporizhzhia has been brought under control, but we are waiting and watching, and it is a nervous wait.